losing my control. Now you wanna know why I got so cold. I've been feeling old. You wanna know how I got so dope, losing my control. You wanna know why I got so cold. Got me feeling old.
Okay guys, we're back and hope you guys liked that previous video I uploaded for you guys talking about a topic that a lot of people have questions about on how post-show rebound should be and how post-rebound should occur. So right now in this video I'm talking about another topic, which is a good interesting topic a lot of people do ask, is some tips and tricks to pretty much stay on a diet or pretty much make a diet sustainable and enjoyable. Without further ado, let's get this video started. So tip number one is trying to lose minimum or maximum, in my personal opinion, 1 to 2 pounds a week. No more than that, because I personally believe when you try to drain your body with too many calories, make yourself too, I guess, in a deficiency, you're burning a lot of muscle, as well as it's not healthy to drop a lot of weight rapidly. It's very unhealthy for your body and it will cause, I guess, negative impact later on. Tip number 2 is to drink more water. I recommend a lot of people to pretty much have about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of water, but also sometimes for your body it could be a little different. You might need more, you might need less. You just pretty much understand how your body particularly works and you have to go from there. Pretty much as a trial and error work to say, the RDA tells you how much recommended for your body is. You take that number of water they say you have to drink and you pretty much kind of tweak it up to your personal body, increase it or lower it as you feel, but really there's no such thing as too much water. Obviously if you go crazy, you could lead to death, but that's a very rare case. Tip number 3 is to pretty much not care about sodium intake. Sodium intake should not be the priority of like, oh, I have to have this many grams of sodium. It does not really matter how much sodium you pretty much consume. Obviously, you should not be going crazy, but don't focus on it. Don't stress about it. Just enjoy the prep, enjoy the nutrients, enjoy the food, and sodium comes on because obviously my personal opinion is more sodium leads to more vascularity. Obviously, the more sodium you have, the more water you need. So they kind of correlate to each other. Tip number 4 is pretty much have more vegetables. I tell a lot of my clients to eat as much vegetables as possible because first of all, it keeps you full longer, it's healthier for you, it's good for you. There's no such thing as too much vegetables out there. And obviously they all taste amazing in my opinion. When someone asks me to pick the best vegetable out there, I can never decide. I personally love them all. When I was a kid, I personally hated vegetables, but as I grown older, as I probably understand the nutrients and how vegetables are good for you, that's where I understand that have more vegetables. The next tip, my personal opinion, is have different kind of 0-calorie condiments. Don't stress about the word 0 calories that's bad for you. Don't worry about that. Obviously in moderation and limits, you will be good. And my personal favorite during prep is hot sauce, mustard, or even 0 calories seasonings like taco seasoning, all that kind of stuff. They're fine. They make the food taste more amazing. They're enjoyable, and it's not that bad for you. And I tell my clients to enjoy, have fun, and live life. So the next tip I tell a lot of people to have is dietary flexibility. When you go out with your friends, have fun, enjoy life. Don't stress about the word diet. Don't stress about I can't have this, I can't have that. When you're on prep, that's sometimes an excuse. There's always a way to go around it. I personally did, I traveled. I found a way to have fun with my friends even though I was on prep. And that's what I tell people is dietary flexibility is a key to have a healthy diet and is a key to sustain and go through and fully accomplish a healthy diet. The next thing I want to talk about is dietary fiber. Dietary fiber is a really key component. A lot of people do forget about this kind of thing and never stress about it and never eat it. What I tell a lot of people is that when you do a diet like this, have about 15 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories you're doing. Obviously you don't have to do exactly what that. You can go around it and find what works for your body. So I told you earlier in the video, is always trial and error. The RDA has a recommendation, but all you have to do is trial and error and figure out what works for your body, and at the end of the day, make sure it's sustainable and enjoyable. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is eating more protein. You're gonna hear me say this phrase a lot, is that I tell all my clients this, but eating more protein is beneficial. It allows you to burn more fat. It allows you to stay full longer because protein takes a while to break down in your body. Not as full as fiber, because fiber is so beneficial for your body in so much ways. But protein itself has a correlation of keeping you full longer because it takes longer to break down. As well as it does kind of over time help your organs. So they say, oh, too much protein is bad for your kidneys, it's bad for your liver. No, that's all, to me, that's all baloney. Like, obviously, to a limit, to an extent of having hella protein, there's a moderation for everything. There's a limit for everything. But it's to know where your limit is, and it's pretty much understanding how much protein you really, really need. For me, I'm a person that weighs about 150 pounds. I consume about 230 grams of protein. I've been doing the same amount of protein the past 3 or 4 years and has never negatively impacted me at any cost. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, obviously, some people say, oh, you waste some protein if you don't consume that much. Like, your body won't consume as much protein, all that kind of bullshit. Or you have to have 30 grams of protein per meal. Like, all that stuff is baloney. Like, you have to know you can eat as much protein as you want per meal. There's no requirement of 30 grams of protein per meal. All that stuff is baloney. And at the end of the day, is you eat more protein helps you a lot, and that's my personal tip, guys. That's what I did during prep. I always kept my protein pretty high, but some people bring the protein a little lower and increase the fat. It's just all personal preference, and at the end of the day, what works for you works for you. You have to understand your body like no one else does. Like, no one knows your body besides you. The next thing I want to talk about is pretty much sleep. I recommend to a lot of people is to get more sleep. That's an obvious kind of reason, it's an obvious kind of assumption, is that you obviously need sleep. When you're working out, when you're doing a lot of stuff throughout the day, you're pretty much putting your body in stress. You're stressing your body out, you're stressing your nerves out, you're stressing your muscle out. It's the whole entire body. And sleep is beneficial. Sleep gives you recovery, you feel a lot better, you can grow, all that kind of stuff. And one thing is, I say, get more sleep. But the question is, how much sleep do you need? That, once again, my personal opinion, is you gotta find what works for your body. Me personally, I need maybe about 6 to 7 hours of sleep to function perfectly, be wide awake in the morning, and just be out and going and getting my day ready. But sometimes if I get more than 7 hours of sleep, I feel sluggish. If I get less than 7 hours of sleep, I feel cranky. So like I said, it's trial and error to find out what works for your body, because at the end of the day, you know your body more than anyone else, and that's all that really matters. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is high volume food. I tell a lot of my clients or family and friends, whoever wants to cut or wants to pretty much lean out for anything, or just asking for personal tips on how I eat so much food or how I eat a lot but still get lean. I believe high volume food is a necessary thing in a diet, especially when you're cutting for a show or just cutting in general, because high volume food pretty much tricks your mind in a way, saying you're eating a lot of food, so by the time you're done with the lower calorie option of any kind of food, you're pretty much full. Because usually your body takes about 20 minutes to 25 minutes to understand that it's full, so you have under that time period to eat food. So according to when I said to eat food slowly, that's where I kind of say that high volume foods as well help you out to lose your weight. And at the end of the day, remember one thing is that once the weight is lost, you're gonna be shredded, and that's all that matters, is, you know, to be shredded for the girls, guys. That's all the girls care about nowadays, is the gains, really. Gains. So next thing I want to talk about is this thing is not a one-man game. You need multiple people around you, your family, your friends, anyone you hang out with. They have to understand what you're doing. They have to know what you're doing, because if you don't explain to them properly, if you don't tell them what you're doing, you're gonna be just like one dude who's just sitting there on the table not eating food because you're on a diet, and everyone makes fun of you if you bring your food with you and no one understanding who you are. But that's not the case for me. I told my friends, I told my family everything what I'm doing, and I always lay out a plan. Like, I'm on this diet, I'm doing this right now, and if you're with me, you're with me. If you're not, I don't care. So that's the one thing, you just have to be straightforward. So the next tip I want to tell you guys is pretty much stay positive, stay happy, and to enjoy the prep / cut. So if you're not personally enjoying it, who else will? Because it's on your body, it's about you. You're changing your own life, not everyone around you. So you have to enjoy the thing. Always be positive. Never throw negativity out there. If you have a nice attitude, if you have a positive mindset, you will have an amazing prep, an amazing cut, and at the end of the day, you're gonna enjoy what you have accomplished, and that's all that really matters. Have a goal, have a long-term goal, have a short-term goal, and enjoy it. Like, the whole thing is be positive, be energetic, enjoy every moment, enjoy the prep, and that's how you have a positive attitude. Because remember, when you have stress, you hold water, and you don't want that. Negativity brings stress, and you do not want that. Positivity is the key. Okay guys, so now it's time to end the video with the one last and final tip. Final tip is pretty much what I tell a lot of people is plan out your meals. It's not for everyone, not everyone can do it, not everyone loves doing it, but me personally, me particularly, I love knowing what I'm eating ahead of time. So I know that I'm in a calorie deficiency, or I know I'm in a calorie surplus, or I know I'm maintaining my calories. I know how to eyeball, I know how to go out and have fun. Sometimes I like planning out my whole entire day because it gives it ease to know what I'm eating and I get my macros on point. Everyone is particularly different. Not everyone can do that kind of lifestyle. Some people like preferring to know just what macros they have and just going out from there. But for me personally, if I do go out somewhere, I pretty much plan my meals around that portion. Say one day I'm going out with my friends and we're getting some Chipotle, and they told me ahead of time, or hey yo, we're going to Chipotle today, you want to come along? I pretty much make Chipotle that one meal and surround it around the day. But you're like, yo, hey man, what if somehow you get a last minute call and your friend hits you up to go somewhere and you don't want to say no, you don't want to be rude, you know? Well, in that case, you can always say take away a meal from what you ate already, or say you already only 2 meals in for the day. You can always adjust it. You can find ways to adjust it. You can find ways to have fun. But what I say is plan out it. Like, not literally plan out a macro if you don't want to do that, but like learn a balance, learn to moderate. So guys, if you like this kind of video, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, ask me in the comments down below a certain question you want me to answer in a video like this. And stay tuned for the next one, guys. So don't forget, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.